And welcome back here to RGB LAN's coverage of our Team Fortress 2 tournament. We'll be peering in soon, and I'll get confirmation of that from our production staff on our losers bracket final here between Ford Gaming and Era Black, and our map is Goiwash. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly here. We should be jumping in on that here very shortly. In the grand finals, we will see who faces off. The winner of this goes forward to take a swing at All My Fellows, which has certainly made a name for themselves here this tournament.
Yeah, and I happen to be catching the perspectives right over the shoulders of the players. And so our storyline here is map number 1 was Process, and the Era Black is a little bit of the underdog here. I think Ford Gaming was more of a favorite, but Era Black ended up capturing the point and having this like 1-0 lead or maybe 2-0 lead or something, and then just kind of turtling up on their last, waiting the 7 minutes for the round to restart. Got pushed to last again, turtled up again, so they ended up winning on time, which is pretty exciting. Map 2 is Snakewater, and it went, I think, 1-1, maybe 2-2. Either way, it was tied the whole 30 minutes, and then they went into overtime, and then immediately Ford just happened to like win mid and win last. So we find ourselves here on map number 3 for Gully Wash, and really at this point it's anyone's game. Both teams are playing, I think, pretty sharp, where there was so much fire coming out of Era Black, and then after that, Ford kind of like was able to find their footing a little bit more and kind of rally behind the clearer mental once they got that win, I think, in overtime.
Yeah, it'll be great to see who really rises to the occasion here. Both of them are just, as you mentioned, just neck and neck here, and that's what we'd love to see. Just very close competition. Just got to see who gets that one little play that is able to elevate that team over the top here, and we should be jumping into the action here shortly.
Yep, we have a 10-in server here, so yep, any minute now. And yep, this is the decider match, right? So whoever takes this one wins first to 5 or after 30 minutes. And if there's a tie, then it goes into overtime of first cap wins, basically. Now, we'll take a second, of course, and shout out all the charities that we're working with here at RGB LAN, where, yep, each of the 3 RGB color channels represents a different charity we're working with. So first is Julia's Grace, which works to support the lifestyles of children who have cancer and working to kind of give them the best life that they can. Second is Help Hope Live, which works to fund different medical bills that are super financially damaging and impossible to pay when it's necessary for someone's health or well-being and things like that. And then the third is Philly Tech Sisters, which works on opportunities for women of color in tech and sponsoring different coding workshops and things like that around the Philadelphia area. So thanks everyone for supporting each of these charities, and please go check them out on the RGB website or on each of their own websites individually.
Yeah, it's really an honor to be able to support these charities. We've mentioned them periodically here throughout the weekend, but I can't stop talking enough about just how much love and support that the community here brings to all 3 of these charities, and just the camaraderie that we have here to support these incredible causes here. For those curious, the specific causes per team for the red, green, and blue teams: Julia's Grace is represented by Team Red, Help Hope Live is represented by Team Green, and the Philly Tech Sisters is represented by Team Blue. And over the course of this weekend, all 3 teams compete in various tournaments, including TF2, but not limited to Overwatch 2, PUBG, Rocket League, and so on, some of which our eagle-eyed viewers have certainly seen throughout this weekend. You'll get points for tournament wins in that, along with various other social activities that take place here in person, through donations, through raffle ticket purchases, and so on. And the team with the most points will get the lion's share of donation money sent to that team's charity. All 3 teams will get money contributions based on the overall money that was raised throughout this weekend. But to give that little extra push, then our top team will have their charity get a little bit extra for their team's efforts here. And it's great to be able to game for good here for all these communities and these charities.
For sure. Yeah. Thanks everyone again for all of your support. And right, so that brings us back to map number 3 for TF2 here. Yeah, the flagship tournament here at RGB5. Though again, like you said, it's a group effort, right? There's so much fun. Like even like there's a standalone like speedrunning stream going on too, and they seem like they're having a blast over there too.
Oh, they've been a mainstay here for a while, and it's dedicated people that are there, and they've it's always entertaining just to jump in and see what's going on. I think they had a TaskBot speed run, which is for those that aren't fully in on the speed running community. That's where they have a computer program that speed runs the game and usually has really humorous results for how the game is played, but still is able to get completed. I know there's been quite a few good ones here, but we have an even better TF2 losers bracket final here with Era Black versus Ford Gaming. We are starting off our match.
This one's for some of all of the marbles here to choose who goes into grand finals here. We're on Gully Wash. Iron Peniferous going up their own team's regular side. And right now Ford playing a little bit more passively on the ground, finally just now working their way up to the high ground. There's a lot of damage being traded back and forth. Finally, a soldier down on each side. Still pretty middling, I think, out of this damage. And yep, with one more pick going in favor of Era Black, they're feeling pretty comfortable here to start capping the point.
Ubers are pretty even here going into mid push as Era Black takes middle. Both teams, well, Era Black almost here at Uber, now finally at Uber here, so both ready to engage each other with their Ubers.
That's funny. Scratch like peeked the door, ready to take a fight, and then it's like, oh yeah, I may as well check it for sticky traps and hiders and stuff like that. But like 3 seconds after walking through. But hey, I love this play from Ford where you look how aggressive they're getting in response, right? So Era Black kind of overextended a little bit, dropped a player, and then starts backing up. But Ford says, no, we're like really in here for the chase, right? And that's sort of that winning mentality that we're looking for from them.
Absolutely. And Ford Gaming gets 2 here on the trade as they make a swing here on middle. So they have the 2-man advantage pushing in, still waiting a little bit, possibly waiting for Era Black to pop ult here, or pop Uber, pardon me, wrong game. We'll see if they hold on to it or if they do use it. Trip trying to get a back frag here, but gets fragged himself. So Ford Gaming backing up a little bit.
Now, there's so many down on the side of 4 Gaming, but they're surviving kind of so long here, where they're now postured here on second. Finally, the cap is coming down. We're stuck on the high ground, but oh, man, KJ Quag gets stuck out, caught out here a little bit late. So that's going to be a really late respawn. They're looking still at 12-second respawns as they're already on last. But wait, what a crazy fast flank. But Peniferous says, never mind, I'll just hit the directs anyway. Alexandra sneaking down into water, going to see if they can turn some heads as this push comes in eventually, but yeah, losing so many people so fast. Yeah, again, this is really heads up from Ford, and I think really different play than we saw from them earlier on, where they were a little slow, a little like, you know, didn't have that fire in them. I was talking to Sam and said they don't got that dog in them. But now I think we're really seeing that hunger. We're seeing heads up TF2, playing fast, playing smart. So I'm excited now, like, they're here to win. Oh, and Uber comes out from red. I see, yeah, they had Uber for a couple of minutes before using. Oh, and Peniferous getting so stuck out here, goes down to it. This will give ad for the fridge, which is nice, but they're not really in a situation to use it, even though I say that, yeah, they're still kind of, yeah, just eyeing mid basically a little bit. Watch what happens and then back up.
Back and forth continues as Ford Gaming actually starts making a push in for mid to trade sides here. Still a great Uber ad here for Era Black, almost ready to go here. Ford Gaming holding down mid strong, keeping the distance here with those sticky bombs. Trade each on one side here with a man advantage now for Ford Gaming.
That's a real head scratcher. I don't know, Era Black, they're walking their way through choke and they're trying to clear the traps, and in doing that, they just fed 3 people. Like, yeah, they cleared the trap, but at what cost?
That gives Ford Gaming a chance to take over second here. So Era Black on the ropes early on here.
Yeah, it's so heartbreaking, right? They were in such a great driving seat, basically, and then kind of, you know, took so much time to dot their I's, cross their T's. Professor E on this Pyro with a flare gun seemed to do a little bit of spam damage from long range, and then, of course, when the Uber comes in, it's like, let me just try and stuff whatever door I can for however long that I can. Both teams ready for anything here. Trip actually getting all the way through Laura. It doesn't seem like that was called. So Trip is definitely a big linchpin here, starting the cap time, getting high ground here, and forcing an Uber so early. Wow, what a phenomenal sack.
Yeah, great job pulling out that Uber there, getting them to force it out. And that still gives Ford Gaming Uber ad going into last point, but they are biding their time, waiting for Trip to come back. Should be very shortly here. And we are having a small technical difficulty here, it looks like.
Yeah, just a quick timeout for a pause. Probably someone, having a mic issue, mouse issue.
It looks like we're entering the Matrix right now as Demoman has stopped that rocket mid-air.
Oh, no. Who was it? I was talking with, the medic for Arrow Black before. He was like talking about how frustrating it was in their earlier rounds having pauses and timeouts, and then like after waiting 5 minutes to unpause, just gets instantly sniped. It's like, oh, please let me play the game.
Yes. As we have a moment to admire the crossfire between these two teams, Ford Gaming just raining death and destruction down toward Arrow Black in defense here. But we have to wait until pause ends in order to truly appreciate it at this point. So we will have Uber ad for Ford Gaming going into this point, and they might start to use it here considering what's coming up here.
I remember when I was like a new player, like working to understand competitive. Oh, there we go. It's just funny, like spamming doorways. It's like, why are they shooting at nothing? And it's like, oh yeah, you got to lay this suppressing fire spam because a person might come there, and you would like them to have taken damage if they do.
Exactly.
It's like, wow. So you just shoot every place that might have a person at some point. Like, God, yeah, that's so much to take care of. But right now, actually, 2 go all the way into water. That looks like it was called with so many eyes on it. But it's really tough now with the Uber coming in on point and already ×3.
Wow.
Done and dusted. So fast.
Ford Gaming takes the first point with a quick run even past the sentry gun and the heavy. All those bullets couldn't stop Ford Gaming to get that first point of this map.
We'll have to see Arrow Black. They started map number 1 so hot in the way that like they were always keeping their finger on the trigger, getting ready to play forward, and then, you know, so calmly saying we're actually not going to push at all when they were turtling up. So I'd really love to see here. Actually, Trip gets way behind. Even Alexandra says, I'm not chasing that. So the soldiers are sort of out of this mid right now, but Arrow Black sending 2 players back to clear out Trip, and Trips is like, sure, great, keep chasing me, waste all this time, right? We kind of discussed before, distracting someone for 17 seconds is as good as killing them.
Yeah, exactly. Just getting eyes off the main action down range and offering a way for your teammates to come in and to take advantage of not having bullets rained on them can really make all the difference.
Ubers are more or less even. Actually, the fridge doesn't have theirs yet. It's building pretty close, 90%. So it's not going to make a difference now, but yeah, just great building basically from Bear on Ford, the medic, of course.
And second swings toward Ford Gaming as well. So once again, the Arrow Black holding down last.
It's great to see that Ford is a lot more comfortable now. I think they really shook off a lot of the like nerves basically, and you know, getting so hard stuck on process means it's tough to like kind of find your way back in the match, but it feels a lot more comfortable now. So yeah, glad to see that they have basically this wherewithal about them to make these types of plays.
Yeah, shaking off all the nerves, sticking to the basics here, sticking to the fundamentals. They're able to get things done here so far.
Yeah, nice try from Alexandros going for a quick sack. Yeah, it's the right time, the right play, but it doesn't pay off. Bear takes 0 damage. Kind of looking for another one of those opportunities. What a weird rotate. They're going the long way around. And yeah, right now, Arrow Black is like, I guess we'll peek lobby? Oh, there's a sniper up, I see. So yeah, the sniper is looking to sort of make those openings. But wait, Apathy kind of gets in unannounced and brings Bear down pretty low. But it's not too much where anyone's able to follow up, basically. Now wait, there's sniper versus sniper
Oh,
with the
boy.
spy.
Let's see what Trip can pull off here. Just waiting for a sneaky beaky.
Oh yeah, calling out what they see. There's not too much going on. But now that the watch has fully regenerated and recharged, let's see what Trip can get up to.
He's getting some really good intel here on Era Black, who has no idea at this point.
Calling for spam on the gun, and at the same time, yep, stabbing the med. Great pick from Trip.
Excellent spy work there.
Yeah, amazing. That like is perfectly calculated, saying, hey, everybody shoot the medic, make the medic look at you, and then Trip goes right in. The last thing, too, is normally teams will run, especially if they're pushing last, you know, you maybe run only one off class, if any. So for already having one sniper and then sneaking a spy on top of that, it's like the last thing you'd expect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was excellent coordination there with the spy starting the play, getting the calls there for knocking out that sentry, and the backstab to follow up on that was just great. The dominoes all started to fall after that.
You see a fast bump from Trip and goes down for it, but it distracted so much on. Distracted Era Black so much that, look at this, wait, some people are backing out to last while someone else is in their lobby. Yeah, this mid is all over the map. There's action going on. Ooh, I had no idea this is a spot.
What a spot.
Wow. And how much HP do they have? Oh, still 150. Amazing.
So they have all the intel in the world here, and they might not know that he's up there.
They saw
they
him.
got the peek on him.
I didn't even see Alexandros even face the wall to hide his gun, so they couldn't see from that far of an angle. Yeah, this is the veteran savvy. Look at that.
Yeah, you love to see plays like that. Wonderful idea. It's a shame on his part that he wasn't able to take more of an advantage of that, but those are the kind of plays that you need to try out to really get your team moving forward here.
Ooh, a fast bomb in from Psy Guy with the Uber here. And, oh, wait, went to like kind of pogo the sticky and follow it a little farther forward, but gets taken out by Peniferous sticky garden there. A late bomb from both soldiers and does get the force onto the fridge.
Uber comes out here. And Jacques is saying, I will not fight any of this nonsense here. Mid stays for Era Black at this point.
Yeah, soldiers don't have a ton of just experiences there where it's like, hey, I got the force on the bed, but wait a second, I'm still alive? I guess I should leave.
My job here is done.
Right. Yeah, even Uber's a little bit of ad for Bear on the side of Ford, but I don't think they're aware, I guess, of how much Uber ad they have. Both teams building out pretty well, so I don't know, we'll see if Bear opts to use it, but usually when you're on the back foot a little bit defending your own point, it's like, hey, if we mess up here in this ad push, we're going to lose our own last point as the domino effect. So probably we're just going to let both Ubers build up, reset here, and see what Era Black has to offer here for pushes.
So with 2 minutes to go here before any reset, both teams just feeling each other out here, but Era Black looks like they're going to start making a push here on the point. But from above, Soldiers is raining down shots. Ford gets 2 on the trade. Man advantage for Ford now that they can push in on middle.
It's such a relief when you can see all 4 players in front of you like this. They opt to use the Uber. Not a lot of teams would choose this, but it buys so much time for your respawners, right? So we're exchanging on point. We're, wait a second, missing the jumps to get out. The fridge is not going to survive this exchange. See, this is why a lot of teams opt to not go for it, because if you lose your med, it could be catastrophic. So massive ad coming in here for Bear on the side of Ford, and they're working their way through Big Door, checking for traps, checking for hiders. There is one hider in upper here, Alexandros, but even Alexandros opting to survive and hold last because, like, oh god, oh geez, what are we gonna do without an Uber?
Yeah, definitely don't want to make their job any easier for Ford Gaming if he manages to go down on that.
Holding this long angle, missing the quick shot here. Ooh. Yeah, Soldiers clearing out River. They have a heavy as well. That'll help a ton to just be basically a bullet sponge, right? Because if you deal with the heavy, you have to use 450 damage worth of bullets and stuff like that in time. But if you don't deal with the heavy, then it just rips you to shreds and you're on the point. Add Uber does come out, and whoa, Psy Guy doing a lot of good damage here, but it doesn't feel like enough to seal the deal here. So even Scout and Medic here working their way under the point. Heavy staying revved here, and Piniferous aware, wait a second, they could be water. So, wow. Yeah, couldn't quite make up their minds of like, you know, do we go for the high ground? Do we go for these picks, those picks? Do we go for point? They just kind of did a little bit of everything and found nothing as a result.
A little bit more of a cap there on last, but the action starts moving back out towards second instead here. And Arab Black starting to cap. No response here from Ford Gaming, so we'll have second and mid open again here in just a moment. As Trip takes the fight deep to Apathy. Tries for a trade here with Alexandros, but doesn't get it. Gets one at least. And action continuing here on mid as Ford Gaming says, here you go, putting it up on a silver platter for them.
We're fighting our way into mid now. There's so much high ground on the side of Arrow Black here that Ford wasn't able to really contest. And wait a second, Professor E working their way into Big Door just walks into a 1-2-4 and dies. So, but wait, Piniferous gets a trap on 2. That's a Scout and Demo death to the trap. So Piniferous now spamming out this point as the cap looks like it'll still come down for Ford anyway. Like, it's too tough to get through this door without an Uber. But as I say so, they'll say, screw it, let's exchange. Unless they drop Piniferous. Oh,
so close on that. Great heals by Ford Gaming's medic there.
And a really late wrap from Apathy as well that felt like it could be so juicy, but nothing comes of it. Weird calm, you know, in the eye of the storm here.
Yeah.
Or the calm before the storm, that's the one.
It's very calm no matter how you look at it.
Show me the storm, I'm ready. We got a lot of players like, pushing so wide on the high ground here, it's like, we can see them and we can shoot them, but at that distance you're doing such little damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of players kind of trying to position themselves, but there's not really a conversion. Getting players behind in lobby like this, though, is so frustrating to deal with because, like, do you ignore a point to deal with them or do you let them shoot you in the back? So, yeah, great work, basically, positioning from the side of Ford to open that up. But, wow, nice shots out of scratch, just two-shot side guy. And, whew, fade away on the lock and load, grabbing 2 scout picks.
Nice with 2 frags and an assist on that. Alexandros getting another one here, so massive man advantage here.
Oh, and the red medic dropped. I even missed it until the SCV chat mentioned it. So, yeah, with that drop, we have full ad for the fridge. I can't see anyone.
Looks clear, boss.
Oh, that's honestly a solid headshot onto the demo. Yeah, it kind of forces the medic actually because it's like, if one more person gets headshot by the sniper, we're not capping this point anymore. So they opt to use the Uber just to make sure they keep people alive. Not super necessary, but I say, listen, when we're really getting ready to push their last, even if they have ad on us, it's not that big of a deal. So better to be safe than sorry in that case. Yeah,
absolutely. Just getting them to really be back with their backs against the wall is more valuable in this case than having that Uber ad.
I want to see, there's actually a little bit of a forward hold on last year from Ford where, yeah, Side Guy is watching these one-way shutters. There's Big Door and, of course, Baby Door here where, yeah, Baby Door is like, oh, we can't get past that one. But Professor E finally slides through. Looks like Side might be aware of this, though, because you can see your stickies being destroyed. Right. You know, if I had 8 stickies down and suddenly there's 5, someone might be coming through. I'm a little wary of Alexandros here where, like, it's clear, but the rest of Arrow Black hasn't supported yet. There we go. Oh, they were waiting for Uber, of course. Even Ubers.
The push starting to come in here from Arrow Black. 4 Gaming ready with their sentry, ready here. But we are taking a quick pause, it looks like. We are ready, but we're going to have to wait just a little bit here for some esports here. But Alexandro's doing quite the dance moves on his high wire act that he's got going on.
Yeah, it's like when you hold the dog over water and they start swimming anyway.
Exactly. So we could take a quick moment to see how things are going to look on this next push here. Alexandra's swimming midair. And we have Professor E hanging out, waiting to try to pop up from under. Some aerial acrobatics here on Ford Gaming side as well. Baghead action on red team, getting it done.
The Cyclops engineer.
And we're back.
All right, 2 players are under in water, which hilariously doesn't have water anymore, but we still call it that from previous versions. We're now, taking these fights in lower. Both players do go down. We have enough room for like 1 sack, I guess, from the side of Ford, but I'd guess they'll probably just opt to chill. Oh, no, actually, look at Bear kind of positioning farther forward. Wow, very far back from Arrow Black. That I think is a little unnecessary, but, you know, may as well keep our medic alive, fight for last another day.
Yeah, very conservative here on that follow-up, but it might just be you don't want to overcommit here and have something like this happen where Professor E falls down. And wow, we are way far back here on mid. As we got some hype here in the event. Uber comes out here for Arrow Black. They managed to get 1, 2 here so far.
Oh, it feels like a good exchange in River, but again, being on last, you have your engineer. What are you really going to do, right? See, they have to back up to their own last here. As the Uber, or the post-Uber commit comes in from River, trying to spam out that gun, and they finally get it.
And the cap begins here for Arrow Black, taking last. They get it all the way done here with their first point here. Ford Gaming still up 2-1.
Honestly, what do you call it? A sigh of relief from Psy Guy. No, what a sigh of relief, just because with this config, if you're down 0-2 and there's only 10 minutes left in the round timer, it's like we have only 10 minutes to ensure that we get a whole 2 rounds, right? Because otherwise it's just over. So being 1-2 now, it feels a lot more comfortable of like, hey, we just got to get around at some point in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're not staring at the clock more than you're staring at the gameplay, so you're able to relax a little bit more.
Trip jumps up from lower, and wow. It was a little bit early of a commit across the point from Arrow Black, which normally we love to see, but when Trip gets that free of a collapse, that turns into a full wipe. Great timing from Trip.
Yeah, great 3K on that exchange there. Getting the medic first off. We're getting a double kill with the medic and a soldier, I believe, is the other one. That allows Ford Gaming to start taking it off on middle.
All the way in upper here, trying to build up these Ubers, and of course, Bear, the medic for Ford, does go down, so there'll be more or less even Ubers. Actually, it's a slight ad for the Fridge, who I think is aware that they spawned a little bit earlier, so they'll be tracking that. They're like, hey, we have like 15-20% ad, but yeah, it's really tough to work with, and now that they stop building for 2 seconds, they're already even. So much action in Big Door, and these like long-range lock and load pipes are horrifying because yeah, each one of those lands will do 100 damage or something. So 2 of those and that's a kill.
Yeah, they exchange a lot of pleasantries from afar, but now the action comes up close. Scratch bringing it to him here as fight on mid begins. Back and forth, trade even on each side here, but now Ford gets single man advantage. Uber out for Gaming as well. So
Yeah,
we'll
4v5. It's pretty tough to work with. Like, we'll hope to hold, but we'll see, I guess, how lucky they are. And wow, right now there's so much damage kind of coming out from these players who are swinging really wide. It's a lot tougher to defend when you have to look in so many different directions. So right now with so much pressure and presence on all different sides, you know, high ground, low ground, left side, right side, they're able to just sort of what's the word? Almost like a school of fish, kind of distract their prey in kind of the way that they need.
Yeah, that was pretty risky there. Scratch was getting really low on that last engagement, but he did a great job staying alive there, along with some of his teammates, making the hold on last a lot more challenge, or the push on last a lot more challenging for Ford Gaming. Scratch setting up with the sentry gun, and they are getting ready to hold on for this last push here from Ford Gaming, so they can get a counter push themselves.
Even this for me is getting stressful because hypothetically the fastest you could win a round is like 2.5, maybe 3 minutes. Right now, actually, there's 2 stuck in under, getting ready to kind of create this counter pressure under the point. Making them turn around and being so close to the point makes this last point really unique here on Gully Wash.
Yeah, so far from the pushes in from water have really been what have set the successful pushes apart from the less successful ones. If you're able to get a good push on water, I think that's the big difference there. As Ford Gaming gets the sentry gun knocked out, I thought that was a player rather than just a sentry gun. So still even on man advantage until now, as now Era Black has a man advantage going into this final push.
2 down on the side of Ford, including the engineer and sentry. So they're getting pretty nervous here, I think. We're getting ready for the super exchange. Oh no, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong team. There we go. So Scratch now comes back up, but yeah, Ford opts to not push. Now they have a sniper coming up, looking for that opening, looking for that kind of miracle shot of like, hey, the demo's dead, we can bomb anything, or hey, the medic's dead, we can use a full ad, things like that. But opting to go kind of solo here, not going for a buff or letting basically any part of it be choreographed or telegraphed. Just the surprise Gauze shot. Now they're aware of the sniper. Missed that kind of full charge body shot on the medic. Opts for the pyro instead, but yeah, it's always tough, right? You get an 1/8 of a second notice to say, hey, it's time for me to shoot the medic, and yeah, so it's understandable. This angle is super free for sniper in a way. I mean, they're spamming it like crazy, but it gives such a great sightline onto the medic.
Almost gets the pyro there. But he will have to find a new angle here as they are just continuing to spam that.
And right now, Era Black on their own last. There's 1 minute left before we stalemate and go back to mid, but 6 minutes left in this entire round. So either in this round, they'll have to go from their last to the other team's last in 6 minutes, or they'll have to play for the stalemate, let it reset to mid, and hope they win from there to just to tie it up.
For Era Black, I would think it's better just to get this hold rather than try to cap and get the reset.
Well said. I agree completely. They're, yep, still staying on the pyro, still staying on the engineer, hoping to basically let this time run out. We're looking to get hopefully a pub push out of Bear and Psy Guy and things like that for them to start pressuring forward. But again, we have a level 3, and again, the pyro knows where you are. So right now, working that sniper. What a shot! He's down! Down! What a drop through the pipes!
Huge shot there. Oh my goodness. And Ford Gaming pushing in. Almost gets the last point. It's so close. Scratch pushing it off just enough, but he can't stand it. And Ford Gaming gets their 3rd point with 5 minutes to go in the match. A backbreaker for Era Black.
Gorgeous. Yeah, now there's Era Black must roll from mid to last twice in a row in order to make grand finals here. Up 3-1 for Ford. What a shot from KJ Quad, right? Like going through the pipes.
And threaded the needle, getting a beautiful shot there on Fridge, and allowed them to get that push forward and the map point.
Oh, geez. Hitting Apathy on the top of the head with that pipe and then causing some fall damage as a result. That's bonus damage, all for free. Apathy flying in on the demo, on the medic. Takes both really low, but gets neither kill.
Tap on mid from Era Black, but they're not able to get the point just yet. Peels back, tries to get a reset since there's a massive man disadvantage here. Even bigger now with a stagger on their medic going in with 4 minutes left in this match. It is a tall order here for Era Black.
Yeah, kind of by any means necessary. And honestly, going engineer is not the play here. I could see their, normally we're so used to like, oh, like let's not let their lead get any bigger and stuff like that. But that's wrong config. We're trying to play for the win here. This is your only chance. Holding last will not help. You got to push out at some point, but the ad comes in. Let's see if they're able to salvage after this post-Uber, and the soldiers come flying in for both teams onto the high ground here. Finally, Era Black is able to kind of contest the point a little bit, but there it is. 4-1 for Ford Gaming.
Huge play by the soldiers there to open up the field for Ford Gaming. And they very quickly take last there. 4-1 with 3 minutes to go in the match. And GG's raining in from both sides.
Yeah, wow. That let's see who's got the best Look behind you, they say. I mean, we're all behind each other at this LAN where everywhere you look, there's gamers. And trying to pad our stats here, basically, who can, you know, make a case for LAN MVP when it's like, oh, look how many extra med picks I have, you know. The direct hit, going for some fun. It's like, hey, I may as well just 115 direct hit scouts.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Apathy with a little bit of a firefight there with Delazera, but Scout ends up taking that one. Mid-swinging for Ford Gaming here. Some more kills for Ford Gaming, allowing them to push forward here, opening up second for them a little bit.
With Scratch on that jetpack. Launch!
Wow.
Wait, I don't even... Was Scratch air shot? I don't even know how they got blasted back like that.
Even he doesn't know.
Yeah, what was that? All right, melee duel going on in lobby here.
Guess the game said time for you to sit down. My goodness.
Yeah, there it is. Now sealing the deal in, yeah, to officially take the win on the lower bracket finals here for Ford Gaming. Now, we sort of expected this result in a way where Arrow Black was definitely the underdogs, but for Arrow Black to take map number 1, like, kind of solidly, like, it wasn't like they got lucky or anything. They really just held strong. And for overtime, map 2, they really put up a great fight, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Though they didn't end up taking the series, taking it to map 3 against these players is something really to hold your head up high for.
Absolutely. I think something else I'd like to kind of highlight here while I have enough time for another soapbox rant here. You know, it's tougher with these LAN teams where you're not playing with these guys all the time. You're not setting up like all these set plays and things like that. So at the highest level of TF2 here, there's a big like weakness basically if your team does a lot of choreographing, right, and telegraphing what you're going to do. Like if they see your demo and medic and scout with a beam in an area and then you don't do it yet, but 5 seconds later you do it, that's 5 seconds for the enemy team to react and say, hey, they're going to Uber from this area, right? And I think the areas that we see these teams really shine is when they don't telegraph at all, right? It's like a surprise play, the defense has no idea what's happening, and then you do everything you wanted to do the whole time. And I think we saw that from KJ Quad on Sniper, right? Hitting that nasty shot through the pipes.
That's one to put up on the fridge. That's a great one right there, man.
Oh yeah, he did put one up on the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Still got it. What are we on, hour 9 or something like that? Still got it. But anyway, yeah, so like that's where, you know, some of these teams that would play their sniper in the pocket and like give the sniper the beam, bring the whole team to support the sniper. It's like that's where the enemies are like, oh, I wonder where they're going to peek from, you know. But here for KJ Kwan to say, like, screw it. Everyone else peek, like, you know, the shutter door, peek the lower door on my call. And then they all go. And then while the enemy team's looking the wrong way, bam, KJ Kwan hits that lights out shot.
Oh, yeah, that was fantastic.
Yep, that's what it takes to win, I think. And that's where they really turned it on in this kind of game where, yeah, a lot of teams here on LAN don't have that kind of like... Yeah, like all those set plays where this is something you realize you need only after the regular default plays don't work after long enough, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great to see just some of the crazy and absolutely bonkers strats that do show up in events like this. And it's like that. That's your prime example right there. And just a great majority of the gameplay here has just been incredible to watch as well.
Absolutely. So we're looking now to grand finals. That's Ford versus All My Fellas.
A rematch of the semis here. Ford Gaming wasn't able to get it done that time, but it's a new series here, and it's anybody's game still.
That's right. And I spent some time with our wonderful tournament admin, thanks to the Fragile, for keeping everyone on schedule and managing all the different round timers and things like that, or like when the rounds are happening and stuff like that. So with the upper bracket winners being All My Fellas, right? So they didn't drop any didn't drop any maps at least in their tournament run here today on Saturday. So what we have is a best of 5 maps for the grand finals, but it's one map advantage basically for All My Fellas. So for All My Fellas to take the win, they have to win 2 maps. For Arrow Black to take the win, they have to win 3 maps. So number one, this gives us kind of a wide breadth of maps, right, that we're going to see from these teams, and it's especially exciting if we get to see a little bit of Koth. I would love to see, because I think nobody I actually asked a couple teams, and they said one was like set for like the third map in like a best of 3, but no one has played Koth so far here at RGB 6.
We could see that here. That'd be very exciting to see for grand finals that get that map play in here.
Yeah. So we'll take a short break here and hop back in for the grand finals. But in the meantime, congratulations to Era Black for placing third here at RGB LAN. So yeah, really great placement from a team that seemed pretty strong, but put up a real fight here at the end.
Absolutely. They should have walked out with their heads held high for their performance this weekend. Excellent play by Era Black.
All right, we'll see you soon after this break. Catch us for the grand finals here for Team Fortress 2 at RGB 6.
All right, and welcome back, everyone, to RGB LAN 2024. We're right here in Philadelphia here today to show you some more TF2 action, and it's going to be the last match of this TF2 bracket. It's the grand finals. It all comes down to this. Just one more match, one more, best out of 5, and we'll see who is going to be the champion of this year's RGB LAN. I'm Ethan, and I'm joined by my lovely co-caster, Rogue.
Hey, what's up, Ethan? Thanks. Yeah, I am so excited for this one. We have most of the plays in the server here. They're looking to get started at just about 8:30 sharp, so we have only a little bit of time for the preamble. Yeah, I'll start here with just shouting out our charities. We're here at RGB. Everything we're doing is to work to support the 3 charities for red, green, and blue teams here at LAN. So first is Julia's Grace, which works to support children and help them live happy lifestyles, basically, when they are afflicted with cancer so terribly. So they're doing a lot of great work there. Second is Help Hope Live, which works to fund those bank-breaking, debilitatingly expensive medical procedures and things like that people realistically can't afford at all. And then third is the Philly Tech Sisters, who work to basically create opportunities for women of color in tech and sponsor different types of coding workshops around Philly and things like that.
Yeah, just 3 lovely charities. If you guys can donate to any of them, please do so. It would be immensely helpful.
Yeah, and that brings us now to the Team Fortress 2 match. So we have All My Fellas versus Ford Gaming. Now, All My Fellas have been sort of the sweetheart, the darling of the tournament, where, they were kind of favorites coming in, rolled their way through basically the winner's bracket, and find themselves here in our grand finals best of 5 with a map advantage. So in order to win, All My Fellas have to win 2 maps. In order for Ford Gaming to win, they have to win 3 maps. And now Ford Gaming did put up a phenomenal fight where they, kind of trudged their way through a grueling best of 3 just before, where we saw, map 1 went to sort of the underdog of Era Black. Map 2 went into overtime in itself, where it was 1-1 after the whole half hour ended. And then finally they were able to take it with a 5-1, I think, on Gully Washing map number 3. So Ford Gaming is kind of coming in hot, basically, of a fresh win, really found a lot of ways to adjust and adapt as a team. But All My Fellas haven't really played for 5 hours, so Ethan, do you think that'll kind of play into the start of this match here?
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if Ford Gaming is going to try to roll this momentum in, because they're, as you said, they're coming fresh off the plate just from a really intense best out of 3 against Era Black. And now they're just right here in the grand finals, but they do have quite an uphill battle. They have to win 3 maps against All My Fellas, I feel like the team that a lot of people are kind of expecting to win or do really well, at least in this grand finals. And, I mean, they've shown, a really strong performance so far in the winner's bracket. I mean, there's a reason why they won the whole winner's bracket and are now in the grand finals.
That's right. And as I think back, All My Fellas versus Ford Gaming, I think they played on Sunshine and Snakewater. That might be the 2 maps. So here, picking between 5 maps, I'm hoping we get to see a King of the Hill map. I know, All My Fellas would love that, but, Ford Gaming has players like Yoshu's fantastic on Sniper, has a ton of Highlander experience on it as well. And we saw the lights out shot from KJ Quad, so here we go. See you in the server. Time for map number 1 of our grand finals.
Yep, it's time to start this best out of 5 here. Right here in Philadelphia, and look what we have right here. It's
go.
King of the Hill. I'm not. Has there been a single King of the Hill game this entire tournament?
Apparently, there was one that would have been map 3 that it didn't go to. So
wow,
this is the first Koth, as I understand.
All right, it's time for the grand finals and the first Koth map of the tournament. It's a very interesting thing to say, but yeah.
sort of a calm, casual start here. Neither team opting for a massive bomb. Both still just playing on Highlander House here in Connector. There's a big Valley presence here from Ford. Finally, the first strike. A soldier flying across the map, Trip grabbing the packs from behind.
Yeah, oh, looks like we'll be seeing the first pick of the match. One of the players on Ford Gaming are going to go down. A bomb coming in, trying to salvage a little bit, but no, it's not really going to work out. Now there's 2 players down for Ford Gaming, although all my fellas, they're going to go down 2 players as well.
Oh, the first point going in favor of all my fellas. Now, watching on Koth here, kind of the name of the game is getting to forward hold, right? How long can you do it? How well can you do it? Right now, they're opting to play sort of the just default spot here on point. Kind of see where the offense wants to come from, where they're looking to push, where do they want to take the super, and right now the Meds working their way up Valley.
Yeah, and I will note that all my fellas did deny 2 their player spawn. Oh my goodness, just huge Uber right there. Gonna get 2 picks off of it. Both teams going for an exchange. Looks like Ford Gaming are gonna be definitely favored after the Uber. Although, oh my god, this Bombo just holding W right to the demo, but they're gonna end up going down. And 3 picks there for Ford Gaming. All my fellas. It's looking like it's going to be a good start for... actually, no, never mind. I'm so sorry. But, yeah. Oh, they kind of... all right.
You have a little bit of a head-scratcher dropping Habib in that exchange, but hey, we're pushing our way all the way back in right now, working our way up the point. We have so much presence coming across, so much spam. See, this is where you don't really want to hold passive. Like, you're giving up cap time and taking damage from your own low ground. So finally, soldiers flying back in, trying to turn some heads. And what a shot from Psy Guy.
Oh my gosh, that is a crazy pipe that Psy Guy just hit.
A fadeaway, Psy.
What? Psy is just going huge right here. Oh my goodness. And they're going to fall back after that temporarily. Oh, looks like Agent Cortez trying to just sort of fade bomb, trying to draw some eyes. They're going to fall back now. Habib trying to contest the point now.
Wow, yeah, this there's so much presence coming out of these demo men. Like, demos love viaducts. You know, this like curved point kind of just feels like your pipes and stickies have magnets in them. So a ton of presence here on point. So all my fellas, you know, the clock's basically even, but there's Uber ad for Bear here on the side of Ford.
Yeah, and looks like they're going to be trying to use this Uber ad. They're just trying to pop straight into all my fellas. Let's see how much value they can get out of it. It looks like all my fellas are kiting it pretty well, to be honest. Yeah, they're actually going to get a pick on Psy Guy right as the Uber goes down. And now all my fellas have Uber ad, and they're able to push in with Uber ad of their own. And I feel like Ford Gaming are going to have to kind of try going for maybe a salvage or just falling back here.
Yeah, I mean, these are, wow, nice shots.
That was a crazy direct from Jemafel.
Yeah, beautiful play. And you know, it's tough because these players are so seasoned and have so much expertise, right? So they're probably having a great idea why they're doing stuff, but man, it was so ill-advised, I think, for Psy Guy to chase all the way that far with their Uber. So now, yeah, they have Uber Dishad as it were, taking it across with Habib and Sandblast across connector.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, everyone on Ford Gaming is just going down one by one. It might just be a full team wipe here. Oh, is the medic going to be able to run away? No, they're going to chase for this medic. Both the scouts are trying to go in. They're going all the way into Ford Gaming spawn, and they're actually going to get punished for that pretty hard. And now there's no more scouts for all my fellas. That's a little bit scary because you're just asking for soldier bombs. I mean, like, as a soldier player, you see no scouts on the enemy team, you're just immediately going, I'm going to bomb your combo.
Yep, that is for sure a Sandblast call. And wow, great picks actually, really quick. You know, there's only 20 seconds left, so we're working on getting the point capped here for all my fellas. But yeah, the Uber actually just now finally fading. All my fellas already are ready to go. Yeah, look at this pressure up on the high ground, getting ready to collapse wherever they like.
Oh, Sandblast getting caught. They're going to go down, and so is the med for all my fellas. This is looking pretty decent for Ford so far, but they still... Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the quick little tickle just on the way out. Yeah, that, you know, half of a damage was enough to take out the soldier with taking mini crits.
Yeah, they're going to win that team fight, but all my fellas, they're at 21 seconds. They just need to win, like, one team fight, and they basically have the round, so... Ford Gaming are a little bit on the back burner despite having the point, and yeah, all my fellas are starting to recontest the point, and also... But I will say, Ford Gaming does have some decent ad, so if they can use this ad pretty well, they could definitely... Oh, all my fellas contesting point, and they're actually going to take it.
That is such a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like use the ad to chase med, go for point, but
I'm surprised they haven't used that yet. They're going to finally use it. It's a little bit late, but they're going to try to get as much value as they can. Saigai getting some decent damage in, but just as the Uber goes out, they're going to get knocked out as well. And now only 2 seconds. Someone needs a contest point. It's just going to turn to a scramble for point. And actually, it looks like Ford Gaming are going to be able to recontest and stay in it for now, but their med died. So all my fellows are going to be at near full Uber ad. So this is looking a bit tough for them to win the entire round.
You're coming up here on 85% for Lol Guy here, Culture. Working the way uphill. This, feels like such a free exchange across point. Just trade as many players as you can, just blast them everywhere. And the Uber does come out across the point and way across the point.
Oh.
Look at this presence in connector. This is kind of like a quasi high ground and a really great spot to be flexible. Basically, you get the cover of the connector and you get to chase the enemy behind enemy lines. There's only 3 up now, so honestly, even just going for this frag is a bonus, a gimme. However, the 2 players left alive on Ford are behind. Yeah, look at this commit. Super late and not able to seal the deal. So round number 1 for fellas.
Good first round from both teams. I think both teams saw some promise, but yeah, all my fellas are going to be able to clinch out the win at the end of it. Ford Gaming, we're coming back into it a little bit. Ooh, Sandblast. Okay, they were just teasing it there.
Oh, he was actually, I think, checking the enemy team's medigun to see if they went crits. Or maybe if they had a sniper. Either way.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that completely. I was about to say, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it's funny. Not a lot of people do it, but it's just kind of free information, so we may as well.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I feel like a lot of players forget outside of, invite players, really. Trip hitting a pretty decent direct there, but it's not going to land a kill. Oh, my goodness. All my fellas, almost all of them are going to go down. They're going to keep their med and demo alive at the very least, so it's not going to be full Uber ad or anything for Ford Gaming. Oh, Saigai dropping down to 30 HP. That's a little bit scary. They're going to have to fall back temporarily.
Oh, so much damage coming across the point, even though it's so long range. Losing Sandblast that early is tough. Even Sandblast saying LMAO in chat. So right now we're working with this full even Ubers, but all my fellows can't even push yet because it's a 5v6, but honestly, at the same time, if you have a spawner, they're going to come back at full health, so you can kind of exchange anyway in my book.
Yeah, it's a decent idea to go for an exchange when you already have point, just to stall out more time. And yeah, it looks like we'll be seeing... Oh, actually, that's a really early pop. I mean, Ford Gaming now have a really juicy counter pop they can pull, potentially. Although, all my fellas, everyone on their team is trying to fall back the best they can, but some of their players are going to get caught out. Most notably, their medic is going to go down. But pretty much everyone on the side of Ford Gaming did die for that.
Oh, the bomb onto the medic! I can't believe it. Actually gets the frag.
No way.
Bear goes down, so yeah, it's not that huge of an ad for Lol Guy, but hey, getting the point and having the enemy medic dead, that's a good situation to be in, if I say so myself.
Yeah, I can't believe that happened. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, really just in with a chair, from the top rung. Yeah, when you least expect it. But here we go, working our way into a dry fight, right? When your team has the point, you have worse spawns. So if you're attacking, you don't have the point, you want to trade fast. You want to take these fights, you want to see who you can take down. Because see, look at this, just taking down Agent Cortez there and Quacks, 10-second respawns, 17-second respawns. Wait, okay, there we go.
Wow.
Pick on the sniper and the medic. Wow, geez, just straight wiping them anyway.
Yeah, that's basically a team wipe right there. That's going to burn a good bit of the clock. And yeah, now Ford Gaming have some pretty decent ad. Oh, it looks like they're going to be setting up a forward hold potentially. Yeah, they want to set her up. Oh, B's going to get so caught by that bomb potentially. Oh my goodness, they're still in it somehow. Oh, that looked pretty scary there from that bomb. But they're staying in, and yeah, it looks like Ford Gaming are going to cancel that forward hold. Oh, and the force right there. That is a little bit unfortunate. They're going to try to get some value out of it. They might actually be able to get some value out of that the forced Uber.
Yeah, probably a bunch of things just happened, but I was mostly thinking about saying forward hold. I should have decided against it now that we're here. Didn't really stick the landing.
No forward hold today.
All right, working away on point here. So the cap comes down. There's actually a minute advantage for Ford. Now, they, you know, they lost the first round here, and they're showing, I think, great poise now, but like breaking this forward hold, like look how far up Habib is. Any of these doors you pick, it's pulling teeth basically to get through them. It's like, hey, yeah, we can make it, but we're going to take a collective 300 damage. So that's kind of the beauty of a forward hold, and even here opting for the pyro and getting to sort of like just hard clear one of these doors, reflect the damage into soldiers, so like soldiers shouldn't spam. You might knock pipes back at the demo, stuff like that. Yeah, look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Very nice.
This pyro's doing quite a bit of work, although they got down to 20 HP. Oh my.
Yeah, having to recommit here even, like it worked but didn't, you know?
Yeah, I know, like it got a decent bit of damage in, and they were even juggling one of the soldiers there, which is kind of wild, but yeah, it looks like they're going to be swapping off the pyro. They're realizing it's burning a little bit too much. Oh, actually, never mind. Okay, I thought they were going to swap, but I guess they decided against it. Okay, and there just goes right. Oh, they get them to pop. Let's see. And now, actually, Ford Gaming have an Uber of their own. They could have a pretty good counter pop here for sure. So that's a really good force from Ford Gaming.
Yeah, but this is so much time. It's already been over a minute that we've been exchanging like just this like damage from the forward hold.
And actually, they're still forward holding despite having pretty significant disad. So Ford Gaming could have a pretty decent chance to just pop straight into their team.
Ooh, wow, getting launched way up. Yeah, Dingo goes down. Now we're trying to get deeper into this team, but like look how far the kite is, right? They're able to back up so far, especially with the medic with the speed reduction, sorry, the speed boost I mean. When you're healing a scout but a massive bomb coming in, this is huge damage and they're getting corralled onto Cliff, but there's so many forward players dying, it feels like they're like just about to win that entire time, but don't manage to actually clean up the frags.
Yeah, and it looks like all my fellas are in kind of a good position to win the second round here, potentially. There is going to be one more team fight. So there is some potential for Ford Gaming to take this. And they do have some slight ad to play with, but I don't know if they'll be able to use it in time. We'll just have to see. Now it's going to go into overtime for this round.
Yeah, the hop from rock to rock is so fun here from Agent Cortez. Putting it on so much damage, it's a 4 versus 5, so with a better response, especially, we're favoring Ford here in this fight, but it's still overtime for all my fellas.
Yeah, it's looking kind of tough. Although Ford Gaming are capping the point. Sandblast trying to get a kill on that soldier, but no, they're just going to get buffed way before they can really get that pick. Ford Gaming do have the point now, but still, it's overtime. If all my fellas cap, that's the end of the round.
And Bear clutching onto this Uber. There's a lot to be said where I think my style is to go and meet them with this Uber, right? Like call where the convoys, use into them so we exchange away from the point, right? And make them like chase the point after. But instead opting to just kind of hold the high ground, play safe, play slow, which is working because look how much time is coming off the clock here. We're already halfway there.
Yeah, 20 more seconds left. Oh my, Sandblast trying to get some space onto the point, but they're just gonna get absolutely beamed by Guy. It looks like an exchange will be happening here. Oh, Balmo contesting point. This is looking good for all my fellas. Are Ford Gaming gonna have enough time to be able to recontest? They're gonna have to just force themselves on the point. It's just gonna be a scramble now. Bilzera trying to get a pick on the demo, but they're gonna get taken out. It looks like it's favoring all my fellas, and yep, they are gonna be taking the second round of the first game of this grand finals.
Wow, yeah, Ford put up such a fight here, but, you know, in that overtime, basically, of trying to stop the cap at the last second, by feeding your whole team through the same door, they all know where to look, they all know what to do, so, yeah, it's just kind of too little too late.
Yeah, and now Ford Gaming, they're down 2 rounds, so they're going to be looking to at least get this next round, because things are going to start getting pretty, I mean, I feel like they got to try something a little bit different here, potentially, to clinch out a round win or 2 at the very least.
That's right, and here on Koth, it's first to 4 rounds wins the map. And whoa, what a weird angle for Sniper. Like, never thought you'd be holding that angle before. But finally, Trip ends up going down and trades with Sandblast in Sandblast's own house. So, wow, what a cleanup here, but Habib from downtown grabs Bear all the way in the back line, saying like, oh, you guys, why is everyone feeding? All right, time to take matters in my own hands.
Oh my goodness, an absolutely devious salvage there from Habib.
Yeah. He still got it, man. That's so heads up from Habib, right? Like, yeah, to launch yourself into the medic and to get it is a feat in and of itself. So ×5 for all my fellas. The clock really not looking too dangerous either way. So yeah, there's a lot of time basically for a dry fight here before the next Ubers come up.
Yeah, it looks like both teams just kind of poking and prodding at each other, trying to find a weakness in their positioning. Now, Saigai starting to walk up forward towards the point, which is going to be a dry fight for now, although Ubers are about to come up in around like 10 or 20 seconds, so we're probably going to be seeing an exchange quite soon. Quack's trying to draw eyes with a fade. They're at 20 HP though. It's a little bit scary. At 7 HP actually after falling down. Oh, an exchange popping up right now. Looks like, oh, but actually their demo's disconnected. Oh wait, no, never mind. Okay. That could have been a little bit bad there for Ford Gaming.
Yeah, I love those Ubers where it's just every Ubered players on Ubered players only. It's like smacking each other with pool noodles. Like, oh, we've all dealt 0 damage. All right, now time to really fight.
Yeah.
Throw them off to the side.
And it's just going to be another dry fight, although Ford Gaming did cap the point. Just drawing as much time as they can.
Even clocks here, 210, 210. We have all the time in the world for both of these teams to kind of create an opening. Both of these teams, I feel like, are starting to miss the windows of dry pushes, basically, where, yeah, like, they're moving forward at the right time, but you got to, like, full send, and whoa, here's the send.
Huge bomb there, going to be taking out Habib and Sandblast there. And now Ford Gaming have still been able to keep the point. It's just Culture and Bomo left for All My Fellas. They're just going to have to fall back and at least keep their meta alive. And yeah, at least they're going to be able to refight with even Ubers in this next team fight, but still a lot of time being burned off the clock just to get your team members back and to the next team fight.
Yeah, Guy for sure has the most kills as medic here at LAN this year, this RGB 6. Whoa, Habib getting kind of surrounded here. The Ubers do come out, and now when you own the point, it's always in your favor to have the Ubers exchanged, right? Like, or if Ubers are going to be exchanged, you want to have the point because they're not going to cap while they're Ubered. The point is even less capped now, honestly, than it was when the Ubers started. So, yeah, sure, now All My Fellas are starting to cap, but Ford got an extra, like, 20, 25 seconds off, like, you know, just kind of delaying the point cap at first and then, you know, kind of fading here in the post-fight.
Yeah, Ford Gaming doing a pretty good job at just delaying as much time as possible. It's kind of all of what Koth is about, just burning that clock when you have the point.
You know, kind of, planting all these stickies all the way uphill here, trying to wait for basically anybody to cross towards Rock. Right now, Yosh getting a great chase up the flank and then backing all the way up to the team to safety. 5 versus 5, still off Ubers, but Guy's coming up on theirs, and it's actually a pretty sizable ad that they must be aware of because otherwise Bear wouldn't be backing up this far.
Yeah, now All My Fellas trying to set up a forward hold, and honestly, with this much time on the clock, setting up a forward hold, if they can fully get it set up and ready, that is going to be quite scary. It looks like Ford Gaming are going to try to just immediately break the forward hold, but it's not going to pan out as well as they would want to, as immediately 2 of their players drop, and now they just have to wait.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming out here, but this feels, to me, so suffocating. There's only a minute left on the clock. You got to break your way through this door. You got to get the Uber forced. You got to have like a post Uber and like get all the way to point. Like that's a checklist of 4 things. Each will take 15 seconds, so that's like no time to go. Batmo getting the first pick onto Yosh. It's like, oh man, it's already been now 15 seconds. Not too much happening. We have actually a little bit of breakthroughs and for the Soldier to even kind of get behind enemy lines here, but
oh my goodness, yeah, Saigai is trying to get something happening, but they're just all alone. A demo all alone, they're not really able to do much, unfortunately, and yeah, just this forward hold just feels so suffocating. It might be going to match point. If they cannot break this forward hold, they only have one more chance to really break it. And if they can't do that, then they'll be down 3-0 and at match point.
Yeah, now no Ubers on the board, so both of them had to reload. Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, it looks like All My Fellas are going to concede the forward hold, though. So there is a chance for Ford Gaming here. They're going to have to start contesting a point soon, though. Only a couple seconds, and they're just going to have to start sticking on to point.
And Batmo with the late sniper got a huge pick onto Saigai, you know, losing the demo, who works with great territory control, but great force actually coming out as well, where now the point has been captured. There's no Uber, so we have ad for Bear. So even though they have a long time to go, they have something to work with.
Yeah, Batmo is getting pressured a little bit by the Soldier there, but they weren't able to really pressure him too much. But now it's overtime, and All My Fellas are starting to test the point. Looks like we'll be seeing Ford Gaming now pushing in with Uber. Saigai, oh my goodness, getting a trade there on the demo and in Connector. A little bit of an awkward exchange there. But looks like all my fellas, at the end of it, will be taking their third round of this first game of our grand finals, and they'll be at match point.
Yeah, that, oh wait, maybe, it might be the wrong config, not sure, or maybe they're stopping at 3 rounds instead of 4. Either way, yeah, it's so funny because it feels like Ford has been sort of, what's the word, competitive in this match, right? Where it's like, hey, they keep almost winning these rounds, you know, I think each one has been like 30 seconds or less on the clock, more or less. But yeah, that's not what a win is, you know. It doesn't matter if you get most of the way, you gotta seal the deal here. And so that's why we're seeing this 3-0 so far from all my fellas. Got it. We're getting word that the player set will limit 3. Maybe there was like a gentleman's agreement. And that's something we really appreciate here, where it's like, hey, if both teams want to do something, and that's great, you know, let's agree. Move through this a little bit quicker if it buys us more time. But yeah, we'll keep you updated as things go on in case anything is a miss. But yep, looks like we're changing levels. So cool from the teams to say, hey, like, you know, let's settle it here. Let's, you know, whoever takes 3 rounds probably deserves it.
Yeah, and pretty good round. Honestly, from both teams had like their moments for sure in that game. It just felt like all my fellows were just able to just clinch out all the round wins at the end of the day, even though both teams showed a lot of promise on all 3 of those rounds, even though it was a 3-0.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the forward hold, I think, where, you know, that forward hold bought so much time for all my fellas every time, right? Like, that's where you start getting over a minute, basically, on the clock is when you get that far forward. So it's one of those things for me where if forward was able to forward hold once, really, and, like, have, like, kind of that full setup, they win a round, you know? Like, that's the complete difference maker, at least for me.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, Ford Gaming never set up a forward hold. I'm not quite sure if it just never really panned out or they didn't really want to for some sort of reason, but forward holds on this map especially are very, very powerful. On most Koth maps, forward holds can be very powerful, but I feel like on this map in particular, it's a very, very, like, hard forward hold to break if you're on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, I think, yeah, as I think back to that match, I think a big difference maker of why Ford kept not being unable basically to set up those forward holds is because every time that all my fellas was realizing like, oh, we're getting mostly wiped and this is the time they should forward hold, what they would do is like Sandblast and some others would be, like Habib we saw as well, they would completely sell out where they're like, hey, we're in a 2v5 right now. In a 2v5, Ford would back up. But when all my fellas are in a 2v5, they would like sack in basically and say like, we must not let them get a forward hold set up, even if it's a bad feed or even this and that, because once they feed and, you know, by the time you pick up the dust and, once the dust settles, I mean to say, then that's when the rest of the players all respawn on the side of all my fellas. So kind of they said, we're just going to blast our way through this forward hold before it happens, and I think that's what made them so successful.
Yeah, and I think another thing is that also allowed them to get a lot of forces and be able to basically do like a 3 or 4 man while the rest of their team was dead and they're just respawning anyway, so you might as well. I mean, you're not going to have a full team fight. You might as well just do a 3 or 4 man while you can.
Yeah. I mean, the good news here is, like, both teams are playing pretty heads up of, like, you know, they're playing fast, they're playing coordinated, you know, there's not any obvious errors. I also think everyone kind of showed promise here. Like, obviously I haven't looked at the logs or anything, but it just kind of felt like, you know, whole team winning kind of on both sides. So both of these teams, like, have players that are even, like, bot mode hitting shots on Sniper, things like that. Medics hitting really cool surfs. So we're heading into Metalworks next, and we'll have to see sort of what that whole team chemistry from both teams at capacity looks like on a control point map.
Yeah, I feel like this will be a pretty cool map to see from both of these teams because we've seen a lot of Metalworks this weekend, I've noticed. I think Metalworks and Snakewater are the 2 most popular maps we've seen so far. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't think we've seen Process a single time, which I find kind of funny because I feel like a lot of people will default to it sometimes. Like, there's some people that will default to it. It's like, it feels like the default Sixes map almost.
That's right. Yeah, I saw actually 1 Process, and that's it. I also saw 2 Gully Washes. But yeah, it's so tough. I think Granary might be in the map pool as well, that everyone like agreed to like insta-ban for a lot of teams. Or like a lot of teams all unanimously agreed within their team to insta-ban it. But either way, yeah, it's exciting now to bring it out on a map everyone's comfortable on, everyone's familiar with. Both of these demos are sick. They have pretty different play styles, but yeah, I always love Psy. Just, you know, you look at the logs after it, it's like, oh yes, it did 500 DPM every game after game. So yeah, they're going to put up a lot of damage for sure on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, both Sai and Habib, it's just like it's like a battle of two titans, basically. Like, both of them are just absolutely monstrous on demo, and it's great seeing both of them on LAN duking it out, and both these teams duking it out. Honestly, both these teams have just a lot of great players on all of their classes and stuff.
Yeah, I'll even contend that the difference maker, at least for me on the side of all my fellas, is Sandblast has been playing really well this tournament. Not even just from the, like, you know, aiming and hitting shots, whatever, but specifically from what he brings to the team, right? Even as I was watching some of the other matches over the players' shoulders, Sandblast like standing next to me, he's like, no, what are you doing? You're supposed to be going this way at this time. Or like someone would make a call, someone else counter calls it, and Sandblast's like, why would you bait him like that? That was the right call. Right, so he's like so quick to the draw, I think, with what the right play is and feeling it, right? Like not saying it, not thinking it, like he already knows what the right thing is to do. And I think that's why we saw like, oh, sack basically before they set up a forward hold so that we prevent a forward hold is something that comes so naturally to Sandblast, and we can feel that basically kind of coming through the rest of the team.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's kind of important, like when you're doing like main calls or you're deciding like just the direction of the game in general, if you're going to make a call, it's better to just do like a kind of like just a quick call that isn't perfect, but everyone's on the same page, than it is to make the perfect call in theory, but you're very slow to set it up and not everyone's on the same page and stuff, and it just does not work out.
Yeah, taking back the time, like basically exactly like you said, of what this sort of looks like to have impact on your team when you're making these types of calls. I think also to Trip a lot, where Trip was on for a lot of the matches, right, where it's like, hey, these collapses, these plays, like, you know, wrapping behind or something like that, or maybe going for a spy play, whatever it is. Trip did a really fantastic job of rallying the team behind this idea when it was the right time. But I noticed, like, sometimes, you know, when the team's, like, losing rounds they're not supposed to, or they drop a map when they didn't think they would, then you kind of get in your head a little bit. You stop calling so much. You start, like, not really committing to the calls that you're making. So, yeah, like, the mental definitely makes a big difference. And fighting this uphill battle is nothing to sneeze at, right? So I'm hoping, basically, that Trip and the rest of the team were able to kind of keep their heads in the game of saying, like, no, like, let's take these risks. Let's go for it. Even if it's not the right call, let's do something quickly and all agree on it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, sometimes something that isn't technically the absolute best thing, it's just something that could throw off the other team, could also work sometimes. Like just going for an absolutely absurd play that's like nobody is thinking about that at all, and it just works because nobody would think of that ever in a billion years type of play.
Especially at this level. Right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Invite players are just so used to kind of playing like the same way on the same maps that, you know, we've been playing for almost like 2 decades.
Right. Yeah, you know, I was actually discussing with Mike earlier in the booth here, where it's like, you know, if you're on Gully Wash last and you see the Beam River, you call the team Beams River, and everyone knows, oh, the Uber will come from there pretty soon, you have time to adjust. But if you go for a wacky, crazy play like that, someone on the team has to describe, like, they're doing something crazy. They're taking these people into this weird spot, and they're doing these things with it. So it's like the time it takes to explain all of that is multiple seconds long, which is, you know, like even killing someone means they come back in 20 seconds. So if you make someone explain all this, that's 5 people that are slowly understanding what's happening, and it makes such a massive difference. So yeah, and like to have that sort of like innate stuff coming out of Sandblast where it's like, oh, I'm already doing something weird, and everyone on my team expects this as well. But on the other team, it's like, we have to now from scratch figure out how to respond to this. Is a really exciting play style.
Yeah, and I'm hoping Ford Gaming, even though they are down 2 games, I mean, now they're at series point here because of that winner's bracket advantage for all my fellas. I mean, yeah, they're going to have to do something. I feel like they're going to have to kind of experiment and do something kind of crazy to, you know, be able to really come back into the series because, I mean, they're already down 2 maps, basically. They have to win 3 maps in a row in order to win this entire tournament in the grand finals.
Right, yeah, backs against the wall for Ford Gaming.
Yeah, well said. Ford Gaming's backs are against the wall, but let's see if they can prevail. Are they built Ford tough?
We'll see.
There's only one way to find out, and it's by, hopefully, we'll get into this Metalworks game soon, but yeah,
yeah, someone's still in the gamers room, you know, probably off to the bathroom or something like that. But we're just waiting for our last player here as we have 11 in server. But what I hope, like, it's kind of funny where it really bothers me when teams don't take that time out, right? Or like basically the time between maps to say like, hey, we lost that one. What do we need to adjust? How are we going to fix it? What do we want to change? But at the same time, it's really frustrating for me when they're like, take that time for like, 2 minutes and then 5 minutes and then 9 minutes. And it's like, oh God, they're definitely now at like that much can't soak in, like definitely take 2 to 4 minutes. But once you're at 9 minutes, it's like, even if everyone has a great idea, we can't apply 9 minutes worth of ideas. So yeah, I'm hoping that they take basically the baby bear, like not too much, not too little amount of time to kind of adjust and adapt what they need to change up.
Yeah, you don't want to overthink it to the point where you're not able to make the call in time because, I mean, as we were just saying quite earlier, it's better to just make a quick call that is not perfect and everyone's just on the same page.
Yeah, well, I received word from our esteemed production staff that our 12th is in the server, so see you there. Here we go.
Yep,
Map 2.
And straight into map 2 after a little bit of a delay, but yep, we are live map number 2. Ford Gaming backs against the wall. They have to win 3 maps in a row in order to win the grand finals of this year's RGB LAN.
Yeah, match point, or tournament point here, not point, tournament map, I guess, here for all my fellas. From here on out, whatever map they take for the rest of the series will bring them a RGB LAN 6 win. Quick bomb from Trip, and Yosh going down quick as well. They're saying, we're fighting this on our terms. Even though they don't manage to take the win on this mid, they tried, and they put a real concerted effort forward to play at their pace, play their game.
Yeah, and it looks like all my fellas, they're just already ready to cap second here. Oh, although it looks like there'll be a little bit. Looks like Ford Gaming are going to poke their heads a little bit on a second, but they're not really going to commit too hard to it. There will be a trade happening. Sandblast and Jimbapel going down. Oh, it looks like Ford Gaming going to be trying to recontest in lobby here, but it looks like it'll slightly favor all my fellas as they're going to get a pick. And actually, they're going to get another pick. Now they're down both scouts. Oh, no, that is not what you want to see for Ford Gaming. It's going to be a little bit tough here. Oh, Quack's going in for the bomb. As expected, if you're down 2 scouts, there's no one really to deny it. Although it looks like they will be going down.
Yeah, that's awkward, getting stuck under the bridge troll. They had to answer his 3 riddles in order to get the frag.
Ooh, we're going to be seeing some sniper gameplay here. Let's see if they can get the pick here. Bilzera inching their... Oh, okay, they're going to back up. Makes sense. One of their players went down. Oh, trying to peek their shutter. Oh, they might. Oh my goodness, they might go down to the scout. The scout's just gonna run right into them. Bombo. Oh my goodness. They're gonna get a kill on the scout. And
we have a GG from KJ Kwai, who was on sniper and just got walked at. A force, wow, as well. Yeah, really nice force coming out onto the medic. And they're taking it all the way into lobby, but this is gonna give full add to Lol Guy on the side of all my fellas. So they're basically waiting for their spawners, checking out, but Psy Guy actually is pretty far forward, but the trap.
Oh, are they gonna check for it? Please check for the trap. Okay, they're gonna pop the Uber right into their combo, but they're gonna be able to kind of fall back. Oh, actually, this Uber did not really accomplish as much as they would want. I mean, they have full Uber ad, and they weren't really able to get too much out of it. It's like the equivalent of basically getting forced right there. They just didn't accomplish much with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, see, that's brilliant from Psy Guy because he knew that basically, right? Like, if they get to come all the way into last in use, we're dead and gone. So we have to, like, get crazy and get super aggressive. So, yeah, putting all those sticky traps all along the way and just being that presence, basically. Oh, the spy play from Trip, actually. I missed that one, so great play from Sandblast to catch that out.
Yeah, and now all my fellas, they're probably going to be looking to go for like either a double sack or they might just play off the one pick. Oh, but the pick on the scout there from Delazera. They're going to be trying to go for more. Oh, they're not going to get the pick on the second scout. A bomb coming in from one of the players on all my fellas. And Agent or Cortez is going to go down. Ooh, a force right there. Quacks. Oh my goodness, how are they alive at 3 HP? Oh, they end up going down afterwards, but oh my gosh. I don't know how they almost lived. Habib just going in with Uber on to last. Oh, trying to hit the pipe of a lifetime, and they hit it. Of course they... Oh! Habib, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that on land. That's illegal. And,
Mom, can you come pick me up? I'm scared.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing, Habib. Wow. Ready to win. That's the LAN winning mentality that we need to see. God, what amazing shots.
Those are just like the clips that only Habib hits sometimes. Like, it just...
Makes it look so easy, right? Those
I
land
know.
pipes, though, I swear on land they have magnets in them. It's gorgeous. Like, you just hit it all. But great play from Habib. Let's see what he's got on mid number 2.
Yeah, now all my fellas taking the first round win of the second map. Let's see if they can kind of convert that into more momentum, potentially. A trade coming in for this mid fight. Oh, Culture dropping from the demo. That is really... Oh, but Habib gets the demo as well. But now Ford Gaming, they have their meds still alive. I mean, they're going to have nearly full Uber ad here momentarily. And they're going to be winning the mid. This is looking like a good setup potentially here for them to convert this into something a lot greater.
Pressuring our way through. They still have this Uber ad. They're making their way onto second, checking every single corner, every single door. You know, there could be a sticky trap anywhere, a hider anywhere, even an off class, something like a spy maybe. When you have this dis ad, you have to get creative. If you just back up to your last and wait for them to use that into you, you're going to be in all kinds of trouble. Sandblast on NG here. That's something a little bit creative here, and in a gun in a great spot again where like they can't, you know, peek this for free. They're gonna have to spend time with the ad to get just the gun. Uber coming in.
All right, let's see how they utilize this Ubering right through the bridge, getting a lot of space here. Side guy getting juggled up in the air, going down to 50 HP at one point. It's looking a little bit scary for Ford Gaming, and despite the full Uber ad push in, they're gonna drop down 3 of their players. And it's looking like all my fellas aren't going to be able to actually, will they be able to hold it? It's looking a little bit scary. It's a 3v3 now, but Ford Gaming are going to be getting their spawners now, and they're actually going to be trying to recontest here a little bit, looks like. No, it just looks like they're going to be kind of conceding temporarily. Oh my goodness. Trip got really low there. I thought they were going to go down.
This feels so, like, disappointingly passive, I think, unless the soldiers have an idea up their sleeve. It's actually Trip working their way back through lobby. So, yeah, like, we don't want to give second up for free here. We want to get the force, but great for Bear to play that far back.
Yeah, Quack's getting so much space here in alley. Oh, they might even be able to get a juggle going on the soldier over there with them, but looks like they won't be able to get that going. And, yeah, it looks like Ford Gaming just to be falling back because they do have some slight disad, but it's about to even out, and it looks like... Oh, it looks like all my fellas are going to be trying to get a push going in through alley onto mid.
Yeah, even Ubers here, both meds have full charge, kind of peeking their way through, not feeling anything super confident. You can see on the side of Ford, they're basically playing to meet all my fellas, right? Both teams kind of looking for what avenue might be the best and most profitable. And look at this Trip, you know, the roamer playing sort of off the combo here, seeing what opening they can get.
De La Zera with the off-class and sniper, going to be sniping Bomo out. Going to be going for more. Oh, had a chance for a shot on the... Oh, they're going to get Habib down a bit of HP.
Uber comes out from Lol Guy. They take it all the way into alley here, and having to flash the sniper is a tough one.
Yeah, no, that is so unfortunate. And yeah, unfortunately, their Uber isn't... That was a really good exchange there, I feel like, from the side of all my fellas right there. They noticed the snipers right there, and if they were able to get a flash on the sniper, then their Uber, even though they popped sooner, it would have still been a better Uber for them.
There's so much map awareness here from Trip. Like, somehow keeps finding themselves like deep behind enemy lines, but not in a spot where they're able of being caught out. Just kind of saying like, hey, I know this area is clear. We can move in the other area since you're going to be on a 5-on-X.
Bill's there. Oh, wait, there's actually a spy in play from Sandblast. Let's see if they can get something going with this. Will they spot Sandblast? Just,
is that a stand?
Oh, wait, can they? Oh, I didn't know you could go on that. Oh, what? Sandblast gets hit, but they don't. Oh, are they going to get the... Oh, my goodness.
Footsteps?
It's always so scary whenever you're just spectating a spy. You're just like, oh, are they going to get caught? Sandblast at 20 HP. Just like a forehead flick and they will die, basically. They are going to get that health pack, though. They're being very careful right now to make sure that they don't get spotted. This guy's the enemy scout. Okay.
Oh, wait, there's a bunch of action going on here in lobby.
Oh!
Does he know?
Oh, they know, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I would be surprised if they did not find out from right there.
Oh, God, trying to escape just barely. Yeah, now's the time to sack. And Trip does go in for it. There we go. So not able to find too much. Coulter actually goes down to less than half HP from the bomb. But okay, we're resetting here. There's 2.5 minutes just about on the round timer before we would stalemate and go back to mid.
Yeah, and it could be kind of hard to push into this last whenever. Oh, more spy gameplay from Sandblast. Let's see if they're ready for it.
For anyone just joined, oh wait, actually Sandblast is real deep behind enemy lines.
Oh my god! Oh, they
all
totally
up and
just
down.
spot. Yeah. Sandblast just keeps on trying to get something going with Spy, but it's just not working. Oh my goodness. No, that is so
Habib.
unfortunate. All right, they pop the Uber. They're actually going to be dropping Psy Guy. Oh no, it's just devastating. Habib's just running. Oh, but they actually get taken out by the scout there. And now both of the demos are down here.
Habib was so close to juggling in all those players that were overextended, but just like, you know, that one little bit of momentum off the stick he didn't land. So right now, yeah, we're building these Ubers back up. There's a negligible amount of ad here on the side of Lol Guy. But peeking our way through for this dry fight, right? Like, hey, we may as well peek before the gun gets leveled up. Oh, and they have Trip on Spy.
Oh my goodness, more Spy gameplay. It just doesn't. Oh. So
Hi-ya.
unfortunate.
Take that 35 damage. Collapse on the damage team, why aren't you in?
Come on. I love Tap the Scout for 35. It looks like Sandblast trying to inch their way onto second here.
So much pressure going on in this outside yard. We're like, yeah, see, for like anyone who crosses that little doorway, it's like you're going to get so shredded. And yeah, Sandblast's not even able to go. Psy Guy really
Habib getting juggled a little bit at 6 HP. Oh my, how do they live? Oh my goodness. Just,
Even it was 40 seconds left before we stalemate and go back to mid. So unless somebody captures a point, we're going to be resetting. As the Uber comes in far side, or they're looking to take the Uber in pretty soon.
Yeah, it looks like it'll just be kind of an exchange on the last tier. There's not really much time for anything else. They're going to get the turret. Psy Guy just going straight in. Oh my goodness. Oh, they tried. Oh my goodness.
New tech. Yeah, actually, I missed them, but there was a headshot from Sandblast onto Bear, the medic for Ford Gaming. So that's what like kind of sealed the deal here. And yeah, with Bear going down to that drop, that's meaning there's no basically way for Ford Gaming to win that last push. So now all my fellas opting to start rolling all the way back to mid.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be trying to go through Valley here. Oh, there's a lot of stickies. Make sure you check it. They will check some of them. Oh, okay, yep. All right, well, they did it anyway. Okay. Got to always be careful for the traps.
On mid here with even Ubers. And for anyone just joining us, all my fellas here are one map away from winning all of RGB 6. On the other side, Ford Gaming has to win a whole 3 maps in this series, so they'd have to take this one and the next 2 in a row in order to take home the gold.
Yeah, it's honestly just a very daunting task here that you have to keep your mental game together here in order to be able to stay in it and make sure that you aren't really faltering the mental game and then just start losing the map. Because, I mean, if you lose this map, you're going straight home. You're not going to be able to win the grand finals. A lot of pressure on Ford Gaming here. And as well, they're having to hold their second here. It's going to be another stalemate, it looks like.
Yeah, these even Ubers, and we're almost halfway through this map, so honestly, as more time goes by, it's better and better for all my fellas. Habib going down early here, but the Uber does get forced out. Sandblast going down as well. Yeah, you really want to push the issue here, or push the envelope, get as much damage out onto Lol Guy as you can.
Yeah, oh, the Scout's getting really disconnected, and yeah, Delzera is going to pick them off. And yeah, even though all my fellas had full Uber ad, technically, they still weren't really able to capitalize on it because of Habib going down. And they weren't really prepared to really go in with like a plan with that Uber ad. So it looks like they're just kind of almost letting it even out. But they still do have the ad. Oh my goodness, just some chaos happening. Oh, that is a pretty great shot there from Jim Appel. Oh, okay, they're going to get traded out.
Wow, I was so excited, honestly, about that angle from Trip onto Lol Guy. Like, Lol Guy really got caught out unaware completely. But, hey, the rest of the team is able to salvage. And what are teammates for? Wait, we didn't check all the stickies. Oh, but yeah, they had no way of knowing for Guy here. It's a great trap, but no way to know.
Bombo getting a little bit dangerously low here. Oh, and they're actually going to have the pop in her to save them. It's just going to be an exchange here on the mid. Let's see which team it's going to end up favoring. Fruit taking out a soldier. See if they can get more.
Oh, nice rockets.
Pick. 2 picks now for Ford Gaming. All my fellows forced to kind of retreat and start playing. Oh my goodness, Trip is fully behind them right now. Oh my goodness, 80 HP. This is kind of scary for Trip. They're just, they are fully distracting like their entire combo right now. There is just so much free space being made off of that distraction play. Oh, wow.
You're fighting that 1v3 for so long, right? Like pulling players back while damaging them, and look, cleaning up a beam, cleaning up bot mode. Basically, everyone who was off beam, and even now grabbing Lol Guy. Oh, wow. What a great follow-up, basically, from the rest of the team for Trip to say, like, you will beat me into oblivion if you do not collapse right now.
Yeah, that was such a great play from Trip.
So much fun.
I loved watching that.
Right now, there's not too much basically to be found. Both medics dead. We're going to have to start building our Ubers from scratch. And, I forget who quoted this, but like damage is permanent when the medics are dead, right? So no one really wants to peek in a door, take 100 damage. And I was like, well, like now I have 100, I have to go find a pack. Like that's worse than being primed ready to go. But here we go, Bear on the Crits Krieg. I'm so used to whispering these things. I don't want the players to hear, but we're not being broadcast live through the venue, but it's dramatic as well.
Yeah, it looks like looks like a little bit of pressure is happening inside of a house right now, but it's not really going to lead to too much. Both teams just kind of building out their Ubers, just going to let it even out.
Yeah, the crits is full, and they're looking for the avenue, but they're taking a bit too long.
I didn't even notice. Yeah, Ford Gaming's running Crits Krieg. Let's see if they use it. Trip by going in for the sack. They're going to get taken out. Guy. Oh my goodness.
Sandblast just eats it. That one sticky did all the damage they needed, but just the Sandblast. Yeah. So now full ad for Lol Guy.
Yeah, unfortunately they weren't really able to get too much damage off the Crits Krieg, and with the Crits Krieg, I mean, that's kind of the whole point of it, is that you just kind of run in, you get a ton of damage. And yeah, full Uber ad for all my fellas, and they're just able to get mid for free. When you have just so much ad, you're usually able to just kind of bully a team off a point without even having to use. And thankfully, they play that pretty well. And now they have ad still. Oh, Soldier coming in. Oh, they're actually going to get a beam there. What?
I can't believe they dropped a beam, yeah.
No way.
95% on this Crits Krieg, and honestly, they're so close, you could even crit your Scout. Right now, Bear, working the way in with the Scout crits. Here we go. That's Yoshi here, Fruit at Night at LAN. It gets a quick 2 with the crits. Okay, but we need to transition this fast, right? I think it's good that they're checking their doors so they don't get back capped, but honestly, I think you could even leave one behind, send the rest of the team forward. And great from Guy. Look at that pacing, saying like, okay, wherever they are, we have to lock them out hard and fast. So great play all around.
Oh, are they going to check for the trap? Guy, no, not like this. Come on, please. Oh my goodness, that trap is scaring me. Nobody's got it yet. Okay, Soldier did clear it, I believe. Oh wait, no, they didn't.
Oh boy.
I saw him shooting up, and I thought it was him clearing the trap. No, it was not.
My doctor has advised me not to watch sticky traps through the walls like this because I get too clenched. My heart starts going.
I'm just like, please, somebody check it. No, it's still there.
It's yeah, if only it imagine if it grew in damage or something the longer it's sitting there, because it's really made a home for itself. But all right, both teams kind of again just sort of feeling out what they want to do. Ford Gaming is in the driver's seat again, where driving forward. Anyway, there's 12 minutes left in the round, so if time runs out, they lose. So they absolutely must make something happen. All my fellows are happy to just sit, wait around, let them make mistakes, basically. Wait, huge wrap from Trip.
I can't believe that wrap. They're going to get the force. Bubble going to be trying to get the most they can out of it, but they're just going to get counter-popped immediately. And Ford Gaming going to be trying to get a lot of value out of the Crits Krieg. Unfortunately, they're not going to get a lot of damage off of it, but still, I feel like oh, never mind.
Yeah, collapsing it. Honestly, I think it's great that Bear died because, when you're stuck in the crits for that long, it's like, okay, it didn't work the first time, and now we can't stop. So that's just so heartbreaking, where it's like, oh no, we'd really like an Uber right about now. But okay, we're still kind of working our way here. Delazera here, trying to kind of sell out and do whatever damage they can, but somehow gets like allowed to leave for free.
Yeah, it's just, and now we're just kind of in a situation where all my fellas have a pretty decent ad, so they could definitely push off of this if they wish to.
The trap just like exploded, being dead from this other sticky, but there's still another one here
There's
at the back of
still a sticky
alley.
right there. Did anyone clear it? Oh no.
Oh,
some
Trip going for the play.
Yeah. Oh, Jim Appel getting caught on under. Oh, yeah, that's just not a great spot to be caught at. Sandblast running through underpass, gonna get a kill on the scout. And now they're capping second here. There's a player behind, actually. What? Saikai is behind? Okay. They are very far behind. They are on a different map basically right now.
Got a long way to
go. Sandblast is now going to be trying to get this point, and without a demo, I mean, they're going to be Ubering a single soldier here. Let's see how much value they can get out of that. It's mainly just buying time, honestly, more than anything. Now the medic's going down. It looks like all my fellas are just going to take this. Although, actually, the spawners are coming in. Let's see if they can make some impact here. Oh, no, they're just going down immediately.
Yeah, that's so tough here. Yeah, another round here for all my fellas. 2-0 here with 10 minutes on the clock before, if they take this map, they take the whole thing. But man, that was so tough of Saikai just like unceremoniously. I mean, it took like 15 or 20 seconds before he even died. So I'm hoping that, honestly, I think their kill banding might have even made a better call. All right, working our way onto our third mid here in Metalworks, which could be our tournament map. All my fellas basically 9 minutes away from a win unless...
Oh, an early bomb here on Habib, and they actually get a drop on Habib, and now they're probably able to get some free reign in mid. Oh, a soldier tries coming to bomb in to salvage things out, but that early drop on Habib, I mean, taking out a demo that early on, you basically just have to concede mid then and there.
Right now, Yosh is on demo and Saikai is on scout. So, hey, maybe that's the adjustment you need. Maybe they're just having fun. Either way, you know, you got to mix things up. Keep your head in the game. Do whatever it takes to win.
I didn't notice that, actually, yeah. That is quite an interesting adjustment. I kind of wonder if it was, you know, more of an adjustment of just comfort. Oh, looks like there will be a pick coming in from Jim Appel going down. And looks like we'll be seeing an exchange through alley. Going into around underpass. Delzera going to be getting a pick on the soldier. They're going to get traded out immediately, though. And looks like Ford Gaming are actually going to be able to try capping that. Oh, my goodness. I don't know how they get away with that. He just randomly... Oh, my goodness. That was a great pick there on the demo.
The control point is being captured.
Big drops coming out here off Ubers. Ford making their way all the way towards the last now. Off class wise, there's nothing yet. We might see bot mode come up on something in particular, but both teams just kind of ready to hang out. Sandblast I see on spy, and you can see switching between those weapons is checking what off classes the other team has. So Sandblast is going to see, use those spy crab powers to see that KJ Quad is on sniper here, going for another one of those Hail Mary God shots that we saw in the last match.
Oh, making sure, being diligent about checking the sticky traps. There's been a lot of sticky traps I feel like have almost been devastating for either team, honestly, here. But they do end up checking it, thankfully. And Delzera now, oh, Sandblast. Looks like they're just going to cash out on getting a kill on the soldier, but now they know Sandblast is just chilling there. They're going to disguise as soldier. Okay. I don't know how well this is going to work out. Let's see. Hi, guys.
Hey. The corner stab, like watching Stabby's tutorial videos and everything.
Oh my goodness!
How did you know?
Oh my goodness! I just like to imagine them just waving their hand out of the shutter, just like, "Hey guys, what's up? I'm your soldier." Yeah. No, I didn't die 5 seconds ago. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, someone should have taught Sandblast, don't play with your food. Just because he's winning now, he's like going for the real BM.
Oh my goodness.
Uber comes out, and actually this, I don't know, this is interesting. Oh no, it was a force, I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, so Bear gets force here in the lobby and didn't want to use it, but got forced into it. So now Laga has full ad, Sandblast back to Scout. Bot mode on Engineer wanting to hold it down. So let's see if they want to opt to use this. Already again, like Bear backing up is great. The whole team backing up is rough.
Okay, almost got a shot on the med there just for they popped, and Sandblast just trying to, oh my goodness, getting the kill on both the medic and the demo. Huge Uber right there for all my fellas, and the clock is starting to tick down. Less than 6 minutes left on the clock. All my fellas are on series point, on tournament point. If they win this map, they win the whole tournament. Ford Gaming, they have to win 2 rounds within the next 6 minutes in order to have a chance to be able to clinch their way back into the series.
We still got the sniper here, looking for one of those massive openings. Good damage on Habib, but looking for that kind of miracle play to give your team a way back into this round and to quickly, but wait a second, Trip on Spy managed to get a backstab onto Habib all the way back there. So a nice distraction from the sniper, everyone looking forward, and allows the Spy to eat him up.
Yeah, that was a great pick there on Habib, and Quacks also going down. Now Ford Gaming up 2 players. It's looking kind of good for them, but still. Oh, wow. Okay, this wrap could be huge. Oh, Sandblast trying to get a pick onto the medic with the Uber. Oh, they're not. They're going to barely just miss out on getting the med kill for now, but Sandblast is right behind them.
Fires a little bit too early, but I mean, they would have. Sandblast would have run into the whole team anyway.
Oh, wait, did they get it anyway? Wait, they might be able to get it anyway. Sandblast is still going for it. The med gets the health pack. Oh, they get the... What? Sandblast is able to just salvage an absolute miracle from that. Wow. I can't believe what I just saw.
Guy goes in and feeds there. Yeah, look at these guys talking a whole bunch of smack here in the chat. Yeah, amazing from Sandblast, right? Like that's again one of those plays where it's like such a question mark, right? Like Sandblast shouldn't be doing this, Log Guy shouldn't be doing this either, but just the pure chaos makes it work.
Yeah, and again, I mean, the clock is just dwindling down. I mean, Ford Gaming need a point soon. They need...
They actually, also switched Sandblast to Medic thanks to our production catching this before we did. So Habib on Scout, Lol Guy on Scout. We're just ringing around the rosy bot mode demo. Yeah, ready to get the dub here. 3 minutes left, but yeah, like you said, they only have 3.5 minutes basically to get 2 rounds, which is almost an impossible task. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, it looks like a trade will be coming out. And yeah, it's just getting into another stalemate. Jabapel going over to Sniper. Going to be trying to make a miracle happen here, potentially. 3 minutes left on the clock. Ford Gaming, they need an absolute miracle. They're going to try to pop right through Bridge, but it's not really going to work out as well as they would want it to be honest. It's unfortunate for them, and now all my fellas a full Uber ad. They're able to just pop right in, and they're going to do exactly that. Habib just going to go absolutely ham on Scout here with this Uber. Going to be grabbing 3 kills for themselves.
Yeah, so much coming down both sides. We're reaching the desperate times. Habib now is saying, wait a second, I think we missed one here. And Ali goes and finds him, and yeah, nice movement. Manages to just barely dodge those rockets. Switching it up a little bit on the side of Ford as well. Switching to Heavy, which I guess could help defend on last. Even Dingo saying, look how lame Scout is. It's like they jump at the rockets.
Oh my goodness, the Heavy on second. They're just going to get absolutely deleted immediately.
Yeah, the soldiers taking the fights outside. We got other players working our way into lobby, wrapping all the way behind.
Wow, Delzera trying to go for a pick on this medic here, and Ali, they're going to barely miss out on it. Sandblast at 30 HP. Oh, they actually do go down. Habib going to get a kill on the demo as well. And now Jemafel is the only one left for the side of Ford Gaming. Just sitting there on Heavy.
214 damage on the medic. Watching Habib also is so confusing because normally scouts have such low sensitivity, but Habib is there like tweaking right on the rapid movements and everything with that sensitivity. We have the offensive engineer ready to take the battle straight to the front lines. Lol Guy living up to the namesake. Yeah. I didn't notice also Psy Guy and Lol Guy. We got a lot of guys on the server. We have also a lot of damage coming out of bot mode here onto the bridge. The lock and load as well, which has, of course, 2 slots for pipes, but can shoot 3. Keep 1 in the chamber at all times.
Yeah, I believe at this point, everyone on the side of all my fellas have off-classed to something, interesting. At the very least, Habib is just on sniper now, and there's a teleporter sitting on.
Trapping the telly, or let them
my.
telefrag you, you know, just out of courtesy.
Yes.
They've earned it. I also love that Bear has just stayed on medic anyway. It's like, you could do anything, but holding it down for the team, saying, listen, if you're going to off class and go for a wacky play, you may as well have a buff. And I shot Habib.
Yeah, it was a great shot from Habib there. I want to see more demo off-classing over to Sniper, trust.
There we go.
And,
another round comes down.
That's the Sniper back cap.
Yeah, Habib saw Sandblast back cap, and there it is. We're calling GG's in the chat. There's not even enough time to get to mid.
There's barely enough time to get to mid. You'll be able to get like one shot off if you have a good enough rollout. Habib's rolling out as a sniper onto mid. Yeah, this game is basically as good as done, unfortunately, for Ford Gaming. It's going to be 3-0, but I want to say congrats to all my fellas.
Yeah.
The team name, it sounds like I'm saying to everyone, but you know what? Congrats to everyone.
It really rolls off the tongue. They did us a big favor there.
Yeah, I think everyone likes their team name. But yes, congrats to all my fellas for winning 3-0 in the grand finals for this tournament at RGB LAN.
Solid performance in the winner's bracket. Just kind of went all the way through our elimination phase today, just while eliminating everybody along the way. And yeah, took it very clean here in grand finals. A massive showing. I mean, they did get tested as well and have to adjust and adapt. Looking at stuff like map 1, yeah, they did brilliantly. I see our wonderful director going out in the crowd. I sure hope they're bringing us Sandblast.
I hope so too. And yeah, so congrats to Ford Gaming as well for getting second place. I mean, there's some very tough teams in this tournament. They had a very tough road to even just get to second and play in the grand finals. The third place match, losers finals, was very crazy. And just some absolutely crazy moments overall in this tournament. Just throughout every single stage of the tournament in groups, winners round 1 all the way up to grand finals.
Absolutely, and yeah, I think we saw some wonderful, yep, I just got word that we're hunting down Sandblast, and yeah, well, I guess I'll save it for the interview and stuff like that, but anyway, yeah, beautiful play out of them. I think, yeah, everyone sort of can go home pretty happy from this tournament, right? I mean, for some of the teams, it's a little tough getting eliminated early and things like that, but for all the teams in playoffs, like, it was not easy, you know? Even looking at this group, it's like, hey, these are the 2 favorites we expected to be in grands, but like, okay, who's going to come 4th or 5th versus 6th or 7th is like really tough to say. Splitting hairs, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, we almost saw like a complete, a little bit of an upset for Arab Black making it to grand finals, but unfortunately they weren't able to clinch out that win for that team. But still, getting 3rd place, that's awesome, and they got very far and they did very well in this tournament. I think a lot of teams showed a lot of promise, honestly. I mean, even like the 8th seed and the 6th seed teams, like, they might be like the bottom seed teams, but they still played very well, and I believe everyone is cheering for the winner.
Yeah, congratulations again to everyone on All My Fellas, and yeah, amazing work here where in addition to, you know, winning this tournament and their own prize money, of course, all of this effort here is focused on raising money for the charities we're working with as well, which are Help Hope Live. We have the Julius Grace group, who was here earlier today as well, and the Philly Tech Sisters. So thanks everyone for helping us support those charities and work to play video games for a good cause.
Yeah, and if you guys can, please donate, as, you know, it'd be great to support those charities and also just, you know, help support everything going on. So yeah.
So, yeah, as we find ourselves here, Ethan, what are your sort of takeaways? You know, did you enjoy casting this tournament? Were there any surprises for you? Anything interesting along the way?
I think it was kind of, I didn't really see the team list till, honestly, like the day of the tournament. So it was kind of a surprise seeing so many, like, well-known players. I mean, like, I think a lot of people have heard of Sandblast, Habib, Bamo. Like, a lot of really recognizable players came over, all the way over to Philadelphia. I mean, Habib, I believe, is all the way up from, like, Ontario, Canada. And so coming all the way over here, it's great to see.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, and we mentioned, you know, my first LAN was here 10 years ago, right? And I even remember some players like Messiah, who was on one of these teams as well. Like, that was the veteran that I used to bring in as a ringer when I started in 2013, you know, and was already a veteran at that point. So, yeah, it's amazing to see all these familiar, friendly faces. And I'm always really excited, too, to see like who the new players are, right? I mean, there are a lot of newer players on Era Black, that's who plays third, right? So a lot of those players have maybe played around Invite, nearing Invite for not as long as, of course, players like Habib who live there, right? So it's amazing for those types of players to come in here, make a name for themselves, and like do it on LAN, you know? It really is planting your flag in the scene.
Yeah, I just love seeing up-and-coming players making a name for themselves, especially on, the big stage on LAN where, just the pressure is on and it's anyone's game at the end of the day. It's an open tournament. Any team can sign up and try their best to win the whole thing.
For sure. So coming up after a short break, we'll be bringing hopefully Sandblast or at least one or multiple of our winners here to come and chat with us about their victory here. So thanks for tuning in for now. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Hello, we're back here with the victors, all my fellas, or at least two of the fellas here joining us.
All my fellas.
So first and foremost, congrats, gentlemen. What a great showing.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so this was, I think, a pretty clean sweep, right? You moved your way pretty comfortably through the winner's bracket and, stuck it all the way through to the end. So did you think it would be this straightforward as you came into the tournament?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, we knew the side team was going to give us a little trouble, but at the end of the day, we knew that we were just going to kind of play our game, do our thing, and try to win. I'm on my third one in a row, so it's nice to, even though it's not a crazy big LAN, I like winning it. I get a little extra cash, have some fun with the homies, win a cool prize, and I'd say this is the one for this guy.
Yeah,
he's the rookie.
First LAN, so it's cool to win it.
Yeah. Wow, the first LAN ever.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel like to come in? Did you have a lot of nerves, or did you feel confident?
I mean, kind of. I'm meeting people I've played with before, so that's cool. But it's nice playing on the 5 ping. Like normally I have 50. So it's super nice playing on the 5. I'm shooting rockets that are just like on the frame I die. It's crazy.
Right, I feel like they have like magnets in them or something here
it's
on
crazy.
LAN.
It's absolutely
That's just
unreal.
true.
For real. So actually, Sandblast, we were just here a year ago where I was interviewing as well. So you mentioned this is your third RGB win.
In a row.
In a row.
4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, you think you're coming back next time to defend the title,
100%.
hold on to the belt?
I mean, this is, in my opinion, the best Team Fortress 2 LAN. I mean, the gear's great. They have rentals. The venue's awesome. There's food option. I don't know why more people don't come to this LAN. And on top of that, it's all for charity. So I wish more top teams came. It would be really fun. I wish Banny would give a Philly LAN or a Pennsylvania LAN, I guess, not just in Philly, a chance. But I mean, people are really underestimating this LAN, man, and the people are great. Even the randoms are great. Everyone's super accommodating. There's other things to do other than play TF2, which is awesome. And I wish more people would appreciate this LAN, for real.
Amen. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, I'll ask you a little bit more of a sort of tactical question now. Given the config that we had here, right, where it's the hard cut after the 30 minutes, I was a little curious on Metalworks there where you had, basically, you were defending your own last, right, and the timer was about to run out, and instead of letting it stalemate and resetting back at mid, you, like, on even, like, both medics at 0%, pushed out into second and defended second instead. So would it not be better just let it reset and go to mid?
I think it's because we killed Bear. He dropped.
Gotcha. Yeah, maybe Lol Guy died on the way there. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
we had a shitty Uber, unfortunately.
I see.
But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, it's kind of curious here where, it helps a lot to have the config keep us on track to end at the right time. But, I was always curious of, like, what kind of adjustments do you have to make? So were there any other changes that you made to play around this type of config?
Not much.
I mean, not really. When you're up like 3 or 4 rounds, there's 4 rounds left. We just start fucking around, but
Yeah, that's super fun, huh? Like all the off classes.
Yeah, having garbage time is really interesting.
yeah, it gets pretty funny.
Yeah, it was funny. I got to play medic on LAN for the first time ever. I'm a medic LAN champion.
Had some goated spy lives too.
I did have some awful spy lives.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have a ride home I got to catch. I like I said before, this LAN's fantastic. I mean, it's awesome we even have a stream and people producing it. So
Yeah.
if you haven't came to an RGB, man, you're missing out. The vibes are always perfect. The players are always a pleasure to be around. And it's just a great time. It really, really is. So unless Quack says anything else to say, I mean, because I got to jump out, I got to ride home, I got to catch. So.
I got nothing.
All right. Well, congratulations to our champions
Thank you.
here, RGB6. You've enjoyed so much TF2 with us all this weekend, so thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting charity. Cheers to you both. Safe home. Enjoy your ride, and thanks everyone for tuning in here to the RGB 6 stream for Team Fortress 2. Coming up later tonight, we have a little bit of Rocket League for you, but for now, I'll let these gentlemen go. Enjoy your ride home and your accolades and all of your fame, your glory, and hope you do well and see you next year, or next LAN anyway.
Hopefully in June.
Hopefully in June.
Later, guys.